All right, just a level check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm also putting my mic on, so if you're listening on Facebook or YouTube, getting ready for the 7:15 weather show, it's going to sound a little scratchy because I'm kind of manipulating the microphone. And we've got a lot of weather to talk about this evening. I'm running a little bit behind because we had a bunch of stuff going on here, not weather-wise necessarily, but I'll be with you here coming up in a couple seconds. It says I'm already late, so don't worry. This is meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer. I will be with you in probably a minute. Okay, and I was able to type the correct password, so I'm getting into the weather computer as we speak. All I got to do is restart a couple things. Okay, it is playing now. Oops, got to turn on the lights or it's going to look like we're in a cave. All righty. Here we go. Hi, everybody. This is meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer in the First Alert Weather Center at Fox 19 Now. Yesterday, we were talking about the drought monitor. And they have updated the values in the drought monitor. I don't think they've got really good data from around here necessarily, but we'll zoom in and look at that here in just a couple of seconds. And overall, it's pretty dry around the tri-state, as you all know that. There are spots where it's about normal, and then we also have the 4-week outlook as far as precipitation goes for you. So let's go back to this, and we will zoom in here. And you can see that when we zoom in, that the gray shade is just near normal or better, wetter than normal. Abnormally dry is the yellow. The fleshy color is moderate drought, and that's the worst we have in our viewing area, except that the severe drought just almost touches Highland County right up there. Let me show you this. So this is all near normal. Right here from southern Boone through most of Kenton, through most of northern 2/3 of Campbell into Hamilton County around Anderson Township, then on into Claremont County around Eastgate. They have it listed as moderate drought. And then from most of Robertson County, most of Mason County, south of Maysville, they also got listed as moderate drought. And then if you look at Clinton County, right up here, northeast Clinton County, moderate drought for Highland, moderate drought for the northern part of Adams, and this value, severe drought, just about touches Highland County. Now, notice they have some areas like, this is outside of our viewing area, this is Scioto County here, where it's about normal. Lots of rainfall has fallen on all these other areas, and so most of the Fox 19 Now viewing area is either near normal, that would be a lot of southeast Indiana, parts of northern Kentucky, or anywhere from moderate drought to excessively dry around the tri-state. Now, and again, we can sit here in the weather office and say, here's what the data shows, and if you've got a farm pond or if you've got crops that are wilting in the field or you're having to water your lawn and garden it every day, you know it's dry out there. It's just a matter of how dry it is. And so it's pretty dry. I mean, it's pretty serious. It's going to cut down on the yield for a lot of farmers, I'm afraid. And you have to keep watering your gardens. There's no doubt about that. Now, if you look off to the east, that red near Elkins, West Virginia, that is extreme drought, and that drought continues. As a matter of fact, that drought is pretty prevalent. Almost a good portion of the panhandle of West Virginia, northern Virginia, northwestern Virginia, all those areas around in parts of Maryland in that extreme drought. For us, it's just moderate, abnormally dry to moderate drought in many locations. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going to happen here over the next 4 weeks. Now, remember, this is a forecast, and the farther we get out in the future, the less and less accurate it's likely to be. But this is the forecast for rainfall between tomorrow and I think it's the 5th of September. Well, let's just go and take a look at it here. Okay, so from tomorrow through the 5th of September, I was right. Now, look at that. Normally, I mean, we're going to only see, according to this model, 2.4 inches of rain, and normally about for this time we probably end up with 3 to 4. I can tell you what, let me see. I can look quickly and see what normal rainfall is. for the month of August. And what we have is, give me a second, I'm getting there. It just takes me a while to be able to see what I'm doing on the screen. All right. Okay, so normally we pick up, okay. Precipitation normally by now is about 1.5 inches. So we're talking about 3 inches is the normal precipitation for the month of August. So if we go from the 9th of August to the 5th of September with only 2.4 inches of rain, that is drier than what we're going to need. And if we look at the next panel here, the needed rainfall just to break even is 5.2 inches. And so that tells you we end up 2.8 inches less than normal as we head toward the 5th of September. And so the dry conditions, even though when you're looking at longer term forecasts like this, we could see a few storms sneak in here and give us more rain than expected, the outlook is that it's going to stay fairly dry on into the beginning of September. And that's kind of what we talked about. If you remember when the summer began and we started thinking, hey, it looks like we're going to end up with droughty conditions, this is kind of what we thought of. Overall, this is not unexpected. We expected to have a dry, fairly warm summer, and that's happened. And now we're hoping that the weather breaks or the models aren't exactly right. But this is the rainfall forecast through the 5th of September. This is what we call the potential evapotranspiration. It just means how much rain you need. When they talk about evapotranspiration, it's the evaporation from the soil, transpiration by the plants, and it's potential because it's a forecast. And so that far exceeds what we've got coming rainfall-wise. So we can anticipate that the dry weather conditions are going to continue. Here's our tower cam shot. Now the cloud cover, the low cloud cover is from cumulus, but the higher cloud cover is actually cloud cover from Debbie. Okay, now we don't get much moisture on this side of the Appalachian Mountains when you got a tropical system going up the east coast, but the mountains are only maybe 4,000 feet high, and so a lot of that moisture at higher levels in the atmosphere can make it this far to the west. But other than a few spots, we're not seeing any rainfall. Okay, so airport temperatures as of 7 p.m. still in the 80s in most locations, although Washington Courthouse, Richmond, Ashland, Batesville at 79. I'm going to guess that Ashland's had a little bit of a shower. We'll look at radar here in this right now. And you can see this is the shower activity. And if you look at this closely, you can see right here the brighter white clouds. Okay, those correspond to the ridge of the Appalachians. A few showers have spilled over that. We have a few showers in Lewis County. We have a few showers in Adams County. These are heading like this. Remember, the tropical system circulates like this. Okay, so all the stuff is going to be following that tropical circulation this way, and it will not make it this far west. And there's nothing severe in there, and unfortunately, it's not enough rain to make a difference, even if you get the heaviest of the heavy rainfall there. It will only last a few minutes, so I guess anything's better than nothing. Okay, and there you see that's a tornado watch right there. It extends from North Carolina there in red. Let's go back and let's box zoom that and take a little bit better look at it. Okay, so from North Carolina all the way up into the Washington, D.C. area, tornado watch. There are a couple of warnings in there, and there have been a number of tornadoes that touch down. Nothing really big and strong. They usually aren't on the ground long in this kind of a situation, but that is a problem for those areas east of us. So sunset today, 8:43. Right now, temperature is 83 degrees. At 11 p.m., we are looking at, let me go to full screen here. 11 p.m., we're looking at temperatures around 76, no rain in the evening forecast. And excuse me, I've got to take a quick drink. My throat's drying out. Low tonight, 69 degrees. Now that humidity is going to stay high, so tomorrow morning's going to be fairly muggy. Now, it's not going to be as bad as the humidity was earlier in the week, but it'll be about like it was this morning. And then tomorrow is the day of transition. Tomorrow is when you're going to see that the dew point temperatures or the humidity levels drop off. So once what's left of Debbie gets to the north and east of us, it's going to start pulling all that humid air off to the east. It's going to let the air from Canada make its way our way, and that will drop the dew points into the 50s and make it very comfortable. And so tomorrow morning, sticky, but by tomorrow evening, it'll be very nice out there and then delightful for Saturday and Sunday. So let's go ahead. Take a look at the high temperature tomorrow, about 84 degrees. And again, as those temperatures rise to 84, the humidity drops. Should be a very nice evening. Looks like the next 6 to 10 days, we're going to be near normal in the gray shade there. As we take a look at the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, all that near normal weather pushes off to the east, and we go back to warmer than normal through the 22nd. And again, this will be updated tomorrow. Okay, this graphic is kind of old. They update the 3 to 4 week outlook every Friday, and so this will be updated tomorrow, and we'll have the latest for you tomorrow at 7:15. But right now, it's saying near normal. I think if you go back and look at this, with all that hot air out there, I think what's going to happen is we're going to end up, instead of near normal, we're going to be warmer than normal through the 30th. And I'll show you our forecast, which helps kind of cement that. Okay, precipitation-wise, near to slightly wetter than normal through the 18th, near normal through the 22nd. And I've been talking about this all summer long, that if you're warm, if you're fairly warm and you're already dry, near normal precipitation is not going to make it. It's not going to make it better for you because it's warm, things are drying out. First of all, you need to fill up the deficit. Second of all, you just need more to keep the soil wet, and that is just not in the cards right now. So even though we've got near normal precipitation showing up here behind me, that's probably not enough to make a big difference. And then as we go into the, oops, hit the wrong button, 3 to 4 week outlook, you can see that we're near normal still. And again, I think those will change dramatically. Here's your 7-day forecast. First of all, the high temperature tomorrow, 84, 69 the morning low. Now remember, when you head out for work tomorrow morning, it's going to feel kind of muggy. Okay, you're going to feel it. But by the time you get home, it's going to be much less humid and pretty nice out there. And then it looks delightful for the weekend. Of course, we've got the Bengals' first preseason game. Now, if you can't make it to Paycor Stadium to see the preseason game, you can watch it right here on Fox 19 Now. We are now the flagship TV station of the Cincinnati Bengals, and we carry all their preseason games, and they'll have a lot of other stuff coming up throughout the season as far as Bengals programming goes. But here's what it looks like for the game if you're heading down there. We're looking at tailgating around 77 degrees, kickoff 76, that's at 7 p.m., and then by halftime 68, dropping into the 64 to 65 degree range for the end of the game. So it looks like an ideal Saturday evening for Bengals football if you happen to be heading there. And again, you can watch it right here on Fox 19. Sunday, 56 and 79. Now let's take a look at those dew point temperatures through the weekend. Okay, for Saturday in the top line, dew points still in the 50s, and that is very, very comfortable. Remember how we use it. If dew points are in the 50s, it's comfortable. If they're in the 40s, it feels kind of dry. But if they're in the 50s, it's comfortable. Once the dew point temperature hits 60 degrees, people start to sense the humidity is getting a little bit higher and uncomfortable. By the time it's 65, most people say, it's kind of humid. By the time the dew point hits 70, almost everybody says, whoa, this is really sticky out here. And that's what we have now. We have dew points around 70. So we'll see dew points dropping into the 50s for the weekend. Okay, and then notice the low temperatures. For Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, low temperature, and I guess you can see them better if I made it full screen. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, low temperatures in the upper 50s, okay, to middle 50s. Now, if you take a look at the way the weather works and what we call cold air drainage, some of the rural valleys around the tri-state could see for a few minutes temperatures in the upper 40s in the morning. So it'll be cool Saturday, Sunday, and Monday mornings. Nice in the afternoon. The sunshine will be strong because of the clearer air, and then evenings look great for whatever your outdoor activity is. So things are looking very good there. But notice no rain in the 7-day forecast. When we go to beyond the 7-day, once again, no rain in the 14-day forecast. So little or no rain in the forecast from the 16th through the 22nd, and this all kind of fits with what the Climate Prediction Center's maps that we just went over are saying. Okay, so you've got temperatures in the 80s. We do make it back to 90 by the 22nd. Little or no rain, lows in the 60s. And remember, at this time of the year, the nights are getting longer. And during the middle of summer, we often have low temperatures, 72, 73, sometimes 75. Well, it's harder and harder to keep the air that warm that long because we're getting longer nights, and the longer your night is, the more your air is going to cool off. And so when you see low temperatures at 70 for the morning of the 22nd, that's pretty significant. So we definitely have dry, warm to hot weather coming our way through the 22nd. And here's the summary graphic for all those. And you can see that we're looking at a warming trend. Notice we go from below normal for Saturday and Sunday especially. We make it back above normal as we head toward the 22nd on both the high side and the low side. So we are definitely talking about a warming trend. Unfortunately, it's warmer and drier, and we do need the rainfall. All right, let me go back to Facebook here, start talking to some people. Jeff Beechler, the first one in. Do I see snow yet? No, Jeff, I don't. But Jeff, you'll be the first to know when we see snow. Have a great night. Thanks, you too, Jeff. Melvin Stone Street, is it going to be nice this week? Yes, it is, Melvin. Now, it's still humid out there now. Tomorrow morning, it's going to stay on the humid side. But what we're going to see as we head into tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see that the humidity drops off, and by tomorrow late afternoon, tomorrow evening, Saturday and Sunday, even Monday and Tuesday, the weather looks very nice because of low humidity out there. All right, let's see. Anybody else? So that's it. Those are the only two comments right now. A lot of people, I'm guessing, are at VOA Park for the Voices of America concert series. And then, so we've got a lot going on this weekend, including that Bengals first preseason game. Okay, Carla Woods. Okay, Jeff, this is for you. Carla Woods says, Jeff Beechler, you better hush or I'm going to sick Candy on you. I don't know who Candy is, but because apparently Carla doesn't like snow. Katie Panetta Vaughn. So we aren't going to get anything from the hurricane. Well, the only thing we're getting from the hurricane, Katie, right now is that cloud cover that's up there. And that cloud cover doesn't have any rain in it. There are a few showers over towards Adams, Highland, and Lewis counties, but that's about it. What's left of Debbie, the Hurricane Debbie, now Tropical Depression Debbie, is going to pull off to the north and east. And you know what? I forgot to put that in the rundown. Let me show you where Debbie is, and I'll show you the latest track on it. And that'll give you an idea. Did I start off with it? No, I didn't. I started with the drought stuff. I just forgot to put Debbie in there. Okay, give me a second, and we will get Debbie's information up for you. Okay, so sorry about that. So Carla, let's see, she does want rain, she says. And let's see. So, okay, so here it is. And I'm not sure what's showing on the screen because I've got to keep flipping between. Okay, here it is, full screen. And so you can see the rainfall. Now, the center is now down to Tropical Depression Debbie with only 35-mile-an-hour winds. And the center of it's in southern North Carolina, and it continues to move to the north and east. Now, one good thing about Debbie is she's beginning to pick up speed. Okay, not wind speed, but she's moving faster, traveling faster. And so with less time in one area, that's less time to drop a lot of rainfall. So the threat of flooding like they had in Georgia and South Carolina is not going to be as bad. There'll still be some, but it won't be nearly as bad or widespread as we have seen in South Carolina. So that's that right there. And if you look at this, let me drag the map here and then do a box zoom. Good. Let's see, box zoom. Okay, now I've got the right tool. We box zoom it, and so you can see that there is possibly a little bit of rain, and the county lines on here, I don't know why, but so Robertson, Adams, Lewis, Highland, and maybe Adams County getting a few showers this evening, and that's about it, because after this little bit of rainfall, we're going to see the remnants of Debbie pulling off to the north and east. So what we will see here is the center of Debbie is here, and she's going to go just like this. And by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Debbie will be up in the northern central part of Pennsylvania. So she's moving faster, and that's much better news for the people that are in her way. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the track now. Okay, so there, the bottom L there, that is where Debbie is right now. Okay, the center, there. Now this is better here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm on camera 1, so sorry, sometimes I can't quite figure out which camera I'm on. And there's only 2 cameras, so it's just a toss-up. Low pressure, the tropical depression right there in southern North Carolina. We're going to make it up here by 2 a.m., so it'll be into Virginia by 2 a.m. overnight. By 2 p.m. tomorrow, it's going to be up here in north central Pennsylvania, and then head on up into New England. And so since it's moving faster, remember, this is 12-hour movement here. Okay, the next 12 hours, it moves this far, and the next 12 is even farther. So it's moving faster, and it's going to be less and less of a problem. But the little bit of shower activity we saw right here is going to be dragged to the northeast with that. And so we're getting showers because it's here. We may see a few more overnight, but this is going to drag that stuff all to the north and east. And so we're not going to see anything of that's of a big nature, just hit and miss sprinkles out of what's left. Okay, let's see. Okay, Katie Panetta Vons is her sister, lives in South Carolina. I know they've had a lot of rain down there. My nephew, he was in the Marine Corps. He lived down at Paris Island for a few years, but I think he's up in the D.C. area now. So, okay, let's see. Well, let me catch back up here. Who was it that took? Oh yeah, Carl Woods told Jeff Beechler to be quiet about the snow, or she's going to stick candy on her. Jeff says they used to work together, and then Carl told me that if I broadcast snow, make sure it's at least a foot where I don't have to drive to work. I'll try to remember that. I don't know if my boss would like it if I said, hey, a foot when we're only getting an inch of snow, but I'll try. And then Katie said Katie Panetta Vaughn said her sister lives in South Carolina. And then Christina Gilpin says hi from Adams County. And Christina, as we saw on radar, there are a few showers out there, unfortunately, not nearly enough for you. And then it feels like an early fall coming our way, Christina says. Yeah, especially when you feel it's Saturday and Sunday and even Monday mornings, it's definitely going to be much cooler. And if you live in a valley or if you live in a low spot in your neck of the woods, it'll be even cooler. There will be some spots outside of the city that drop off into the upper 40s. Okay, let's see. Is that it for the comments? All right, so that's it. So for now, I think I will just close it down. Let's see here. Now I'm looking at the right camera. And that's it for now. Tomorrow we'll go back over this. We'll take a look at the weekend, and there's not going to be anything that can mess up this weekend. The weekend looks great. So I hope you get a chance to enjoy that. If you have a chance to join us again tomorrow, I'll be on at 7:15. We'll try and answer your comment or your questions, take your comments. And until then, have yourself a nice evening and stay cool. And remember, we've got some great weekend weather. So if you've got a chance to do something, doing something outside will be very nice because we don't often get weather that's going to be that nice at this time of year. So that's it. Thank you for joining me. Have yourself a nice evening.